Hey, what's up, guys? I had somebody ask me about reasons why one side would lift before the other. So say for instance like a two pump setup, you hit the front and one side's lifting before the other. What are the common issues with something like that? Well, first thing that it could be is you could have air in the lines. I've got a video on bleeding lines that's part of my YouTube channel and also on the Facebook page, the Lowrider Hydraulic Tips. If you look up Facebook, that's where that is. All of my videos will be posted there as well. That's the first thing that I would think of. Second, if you've got hoses that are different lengths, you got a 12 foot over here, and on the passenger side you've got a I don't know, you had a blowout or something and you threw in a 14 foot, yeah, that could easily be the reason. You got more room or longer to travel, so that could definitely be it. Two different size hoses, that'll happen all the time. So make sure that your hoses are the same length. That's the easiest way to fix that. Next, I've actually seen one other problem. Your coils are cut different. One has I don't know, 4.5 coils, the other one's got 4.25 coils. That could be one of the issues. It could be that the spring itself has twisted, turned to where it's not sitting level when you lift the car to begin with, or when it's all the way down, it's not level to begin with. It could be just slightly different. So hydraulics work basically path of least resistance. So if when you hit the switch and it's sending fluid out there, if it's easier for it to go this way than it is this way, it's going to go this way first. So if you've got two different size springs, or one's twisted to where the coil is twisted higher, I don't know, however it sits in your stuff, that could easily be one of them. I've actually seen somebody kept having a problem, had a 4-pump, and he would lift up his back, and then whenever he would go to lift the front, it would lift at two different sizes, or two different times, or at least that's what it appeared. It really wasn't that. What it was is when he was lift up his back wasn't lifting 100% even when it lifted, which in turn caused his front to lift at a different time. So it could be that. I've seen the same thing where somebody's rear end was not level when it was all the way down, and they hit the front and wanted to know why when they lifted the front it would lift at different times. Well, that was because the rear end wasn't level to begin with. Or it could be a mixture of suspension setup issues. Your most common one is bleeding the lines, or two different size hoses. One common problem that we run into when you start making hard lines is that your hard lines are going to be, it's hard to make them 100% exact on the length when you're making these nice designs. You can do it, it just takes some time to learn it, measuring and cutting them at the same length, 100% the same length before you even starting to bend them. That can kind of help that. But the two common things: bleed your lines. If it's not bleeding your lines and it's not two different size hoses, you start running into suspension setup issues, how it is. And basically, if you don't like it, just deal with it. If you've got a 4-pump setup, you open a whole different can of worms. You've got, if one pump is stronger than the other, or one set of batteries is stronger than the other, and you go to lift the front, and that's how it is. But guys with 4 pumps, we know that going into it. You're gonna have issues from time to time with it not lifting and lowering at the same time, because one pump is not as strong as this one, just barely, because of batteries being somewhat weaker at that particular moment. I mean, it happens, it's gonna happen. So hopefully that answers your question, man. That's the common things that I run into when it comes to different lifting and lowering, you know, situations.